Yep. Get it out. Get it out. Okay, the Protection and Welfare Committee meeting for Monday, February 12th, 2018, City Hall Room 207 is now 5 o'clock. We will begin. The roll call, Alder Galvin is here, Alder Dorf is here, and myself, Alder Scannell is here. Alder Zima, I haven't heard from him, so I'm assuming he'll be along very shortly. And let it be known that Alder Stoyer is also in the house. I'll take a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion by Alder Galvin, seconded by Alder Dorf. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We have an agenda. Approval of the minutes from the January 29th, 2018 meeting. Motion by Alder Dorf,
Second.
seconded by Alder Galvin. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, our minutes have been approved. Item number 4, let's get rocking and rolling. Consideration with possible action on an application for an available Class B combination license by Main Street Dreams LLC at 1238 Main Street. Currently 6 available. This was held up from last meeting. How did things go? Staff, let's go with staff.
My understanding is that there is no approved plan or security plan or stipulation agreement at this time. I think there were some attempts made to meet, but I don't think that came to fruition.
Yeah, police department has not met with Mr. Swab yet to go through his business plan and security stipulations.
Is he here?
No, it's okay. For us. Too loud for you?
No, well, if it's two for you guys.
No, we're good so far. Thank you. Well then, I don't know if we want to hold this or just, oh, no,
Is he here?
no,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Motion open the floor.
Yeah, second.
I thought you were, yeah. Motion to open the floor, Galvin, second by Alder Dorf, all in favor? Aye. Right in front. The floor is now open, if you care to,
I called twice to make arrangements and have not received a phone call back or could meet.
Do you want to come up to the podium?
yeah,
please?
please state
Maybe
your
we
name and
should-
address.
We should put him back a little bit.
Well,
All right, stand.
we could, but. Okay,
I made 2 phone calls and left 2 voice messages.
Okay, your name and address, please, for the
Chris
record.
Schwab, 1374 Nelson.
Okay. 2 phone calls, and so we still need to connect, then we won't deny this, then we could just hold it up, and you can maybe even make a date tonight to get
What's,
together?
It won't happen tonight, but.
Well, no,
tomorrow-
I mean to make a date to get together.
Yeah, if you have time tomorrow, myself or Officer Strine can meet with you. But
Okay. Otherwise, I have some here that,
from my understanding, okay, Officer Strine told me you guys have been playing phone tag. He did call you back, but he notified you after the meeting on last Tuesday of when he was going on his off days. And our community police officers don't return phone calls on their off days. They're 40-hour work week, just like everybody else. So unfortunately, they don't work 7 days a week. So it's Officer Strine's area, so you can make arrangements with him or with myself, and we're both working tomorrow. I don't know how that fits into your schedule, but we told you we have no problem with approving it. We just want to go through the stipulations, and then it'll be approved by the police department.
okay.
Okay, motion to close the floor?
Well, anything else? Just, that's it? I want to.
Well, I had some stipulations. There was some that I wanted to go over with, but obviously I'm not going to do it now, so.
Yeah, staff does that, and, yeah, sorry, yep. Motion to close the floor then, by Alder Dorf, seconded by Alder Galvin, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the floor is now closed. We could,
Just move to hold.
well, we could move to hold, or we could, approve, depending on approval with the police department, come council, and then at council, we'd know whether you'd met or not, and everything's okay, and then we can go forward. Because I'm assuming your timeline is
Short. Yeah.
short, yep, so I would,
Suppose then.
why don't we've done this before, where we've
Well-
made a motion to approve.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I mean, every time you guys, the committee approves an application, it's done pending the approval of proper authorities, as long as PD is fine with that. And there is an approved stipulation agreement and security plan, then it can be made on that
Yeah.
And
so-
council meets Monday next week, not Tuesday, for you to be there.
Yep.
So they'd have to have it done by Thursday,
I
No.
think-
or,
No, because it would just go to council, we'll say, we'll approve it at council, we'll know at council whether I need to pull it or not. Because if it's, I'll know by Monday whether everything's it's squared up or not. If it's squared up, we can just let it go. If it's not, I pull it.
Hmm?
Isn't there a time frame for posting it? If it's gonna be in there or not, or?
If it's
It'll
gonna
be-
be, it'll still be on the agenda,
It's- right.
however, if
It would
we
be
stipulate, right, if the agreement and the security plan isn't approved by PD, then,
Randy will pull it.
right, Alderman Scannell can pull it
Right.
and then recommend denial based on the fact
Yeah.
that,
And it'd be written in as an agenda item that
Right.
it's approved pending approval of the PD.
mhm,
Okay.
We've done it before.
We've done a lot of things before.
Well, I mean, and it works. I mean, we
Right.
want to be as accommodating as we can. I
Right.
mean, just kind of, so we'd like to get them rocking and rolling if everything works out.
Okay.
So
So I'll just, really, it's just move to approve then,
move to approve
pending
pending approval from the
approval
PD.
from the PD.
Yep.
Second.
Okay.
Okay, motion by Alder Dorf, second by Alder Galvin, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so you're approved, get together, get it all squared up. Monday, I'll know what's what, and hopefully it's all squared up, and we can just, we won't have to pull it, and it'll just go right through.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Item number 5, consideration with possible action on a request by the owners of Pearly Gates, 3551 Finger Road, to hold an outdoor event on July 14th, 2018. Staff?
law department has no objections.
PD has no objections.
Yep, this is a great event. They do it every year. It's wonderful. I don't know, Pearly Gates, yep.
My only question is when they close the road, is someone here from Pearly Gates that can speak?
Sure, well, yep.
Motion to open the floor?
Second.
Motion on the floor by Alder Galvin, second by Alder Dorf. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, floor is not open. Please state your name and address.
Jeff Von Ferrick, 3551 Finger Road.
My only question for you, sir, is you folks close the road.
Yes, from 9 till 1.
Right, and there's other property that people own in between there. Who monitors the closure of the road and allows those
Okay,
people
the
in?
road is closed on one lane only.
Okay,
They can come in and out, and there's also access for emergency vehicles if needed.
okay.
So only half the road is closed.
All right, good, that's all I need to know. Thank you.
Thank you.
They do a great, every year it's good. It's really good. It's a great event. I thank you for putting that on.
Thank you.
Motion to close the floor?
Motion closed floor by Alder Dorf, second by Alder Galvin, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Floor is now closed. Alder Zima has just joined us. We are in item 5, and we're
Move to
about to make a motion to approve consideration as possible for the Pearly Gates for their July 14th event.
For the Veterans Charity.
Yep.
We've been through that before.
Yep. So motion by Alder Dorf to approve, second by Alder Galvin, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Passes.
Thank you.
It'll become official Monday when it goes through council.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, and I should state that everything we do here at committee is just a recommendation. Council needs to approve it. They meet next Monday, 7 o'clock, room next door. Usually they follow our recommendations, but it's possible they might want to do something, but you've been through this many times. I think you're going to be good, so.
Thank you again.
Yep. Item number 6, consideration of possible action on a request by the owners of Noble Roots Brewing, 2790 University Avenue, to hold an outdoor event on March 3rd, 2018. Staff?
Law department has no objections.
PD has no objections.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion approved by Alder Galvin, seconded by Alder Dorf. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously. Number 7, consideration with possible action on request by Alder Scannell to consider public nuisances affecting peace and safety ordinance 28.205, subsection 12A, and allow temporary outside storage of recyclable building materials. I believe we have staff here to give their opinion on that. So,
Motion.
staff, well, we don't,
No,
staff
you
can,
said?
yeah, so staff can just speak up. But if you could give your name and a department, that'd be.
Sure. Bill Pappy, I'm the Community Investment Manager, Community Economic Development Department. Reviewed the property in question, looked at some of the past history there and the complaints, have some of the photos here if you would like to take a look of exterior storage in question. My recommendation would be to leave the ordinance just the way that it is and not do anything with it. This is kind of the exact opposite of what we want to do with, in terms of like rat harborage and stuff. This is the stuff that we need to make sure that we're not having, so. If it was incidental, if it was just, we wouldn't even have gotten called, so.
So this is January of 18. This is
The
March
January,
of 17, September of 17,
Yeah.
the January
August.
18 one was then the compliance one on
Yeah,
there.
this,
so.
Yeah.
yeah, this is not what, I guess was kind of,
These say 2014.
well, we've got others over here.
Yeah.
Yep,
so
yep.
we'll switch.
I'm
They all go
sharing.
together. There was two
And this
two
is all the
different
same
cases.
address?
Yep.
Same address.
So this is an ongoing
The
issue.
the issue at this address is just storage. It's just the type of use. Get it? If it was incidental, we probably, if it was just a minor couple things, but as you can see, this isn't a couple things when you're trying to run stuff, it's just, we're not just running out of space.
And this is,
And the neighbors shouldn't have to
right, and this is based on complaint.
complain.
Yes.
So it's not like you guys are out there within 60 seconds and you're issuing citations.
If it was incidental, if it would just been a few things, we wouldn't have we got calls, we get stuff like that.
So are we talking about what address this is, or no? It's not the point?
Well, yes and no, it's part of the point. I mean, we changed an ordinance that this gentleman would like to see changed. He's the one who
I see.
contacted me. and
I see.
So,
If we would change that ordinance, what you've asked us to do as far as being proactive for rat stuff, just throw it right out the window. So,
yep.
Okay.
And I know he's in compliance now, but I know it's the thing, he works in construction and he often has a lot of recyclable materials that he brings home, and you can see it can pile up sometimes. He doesn't have. So, he,
Some of that is just,
yeah,
it's
and,
not construction, it's still.
yep, so,
Is this at the end of Broadway or something, or is this,
no, it's on Kellogg.
it's on a residential street?
Yep, I believe it's Kellogg.
Kellogg.
Yep.
Well, that's not untraveled. This is just an example of the person who had it, who's thinking our ordinance is too strict, is that what you're saying?
Right. He would like, he's got it cleaned up now, and I notified him about this. I thought he was here. Matter of fact, I mistook him for a minute but anyway, he's got it cleaned up now, but the problem is he comes home sometimes and it's late and the recycle where he takes it is closed, and so he needs a 24-hour storage. What I was more concerned about was not so much, I think the ordinance, you can't have things in a trailer. The ordinance also covers that, and I was wondering if, to allow materials in a trailer for 24 hours.
You're
What are all the
talking
specific
12A,
points that you
that's the one
want?
that says
Just-
28, 12A, the words exterior storage of scrap lumber, junk, trash, other debris, including without limitation or enumeration, discarded motor vehicles, furniture, appliances, farm or manufacturing equipment, or building materials. I think that was the part that was in question. I don't see anything in regards to a trailer.
Okay, because he was hoping
If
that,
there's items in a trailer, the trailer's hooked up to the car, we're not
You
gonna,
just have a copy of that,
can have this one.
all of the specifics are in there that you want us to.
12A is the part that they were, just the whole thing. If it was just an item in a trailer, and just some lumber, we're not, people can use stuff like that, we're not gonna be concerned about incidental
that thing. Okay.
use, and that's not really what the ordinance is. That would be more of an interpretation part of it, and that type of stuff, we would work through with law, or we would work through
Okay.
myself and the inspectors, we can handle that. That's not really the issue here. The issue is when it becomes you're running a business and then you're kind of, busting at the seams, and you're running out of space in your garage, you're running out of space in your basement, you don't have now it's kind of spilling over to the outside.
Exactly.
When it starts affecting your neighbors, and that's when this starts to apply. And just my opinion, my interpretation, so.
I think that's pretty accurate what happened in this incident. So, yes, sir.
Just a couple of questions. It comes up sometimes about, the way the way and I might be saying it wrong to people, but when people call me and ask me at times about things like this, I just say, well, you can't have storage of things that you aren't using on an ongoing basis, or that you aren't going to be using in the next 30 to 60 days or something, if you're doing a repair or something like that. Am I correct in saying it that way?
That's a good, I mean, there's,
So it can't be
it's
that,
really a
you know,
case by case.
There people got good lumber they picked up somewhere and they don't have a particular use for it now, but they're storing it outside. in
Yeah.
the Backyard or whatever, even if it's neatly piled, does it make? any
Probably not
difference?
going to elicit a phone call from a complaint. I can't say that some neighbor might not complain, if it's sitting there for, 3, 4, 5 weeks at a time, then what are you doing with it? Are they building something? I mean, it's all individual, kind of a case-by-case basis, Alderman Zima. If it's just sitting there and it's been sitting there for a long time, then it usually leads to some type of discussion where we need to have a discussion with the residents, say, what's going on, what are we doing with it? And if there's a good reason for it, we'll give them time. We'll work through that stuff. We're reasonable. But I would, your assessment is fairly correct. A lot of times we don't even get complaints for stuff like that.
I just want to make sure I'm telling you correctly.
Yep.
But,
The issue is when that stuff then kind of grows to other stuff, and then
well, if
you
it's
got one
piled in
person's,
such a way that it's going to become a rat's nest,
and that, lumber
then I
stacked
tell
up
them,
could be.
you gotta do this better, and
Mhm.
if you really want to keep it a long time, you should put it in the garage or something.
Exactly. So that's the whole, or get a shed or do something like that. That shouldn't affect your neighbors to enjoyment of their property. These kind of speak for themselves. I mean, when you see them, it's kind of,
And I do know staff, and this is the staff work very closely with the gentleman, and I think they all did a good job. I mean, he did a good job of cleaning up.
and in this situation, is I get what he's doing. It's his hobby or his business or something. It's like anything else. If you're running a business,
Yep.
sometimes your business needs change and you need to shift your focus to get some additional resources or storage, or shift your plan a little bit, so.
Yep. Yep. Thank you. Any other questions? No, yep, thank you. Thank you very much.
Anyone else?
He's not here.
Motion to close the floor?
Motion to close the floor by Alder Galvin.
We didn't open the floor. I accidentally.
Oh, I'm sorry, right, because
Those are
staff,
my
you don't need to open it for staff.
Lost my head.
And there's, yeah, I lost track. So, it's just here amongst us, I don't, the only thing I was looking for is maybe a possible tweak, because but I think it's interpretation, like with the storing it in a wagon. So, and I don't know if that's really anything we really need to worry about. On the whole, I think, especially the way we are so concerned about rats, even if it can't become a rat habitat, it could become a rat path to, go from one place to another. So I think it's an ordinance in place for a reason, and I'm not in favor of going forward.
Receive and place
Place
and
and
file.
file.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'll make a motion. Receive and
second.
place and file.
Motion by Alder Gallon, receive and place on file, second by Alder Dorf, or second by Alder Zima. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. On to item 8, consideration of possible action on an appeal by Alex Ringens, is that right? The denial of his operator license application staff.
Yes. The law department is recommending denial of this appeal request based on prior offenses which do substantially relate to the license activity.
PD concurs with that.
Okay, I know, did I pronounce your name right?
Ryan
Reinfeld, okay. Mr. Reingen is here, so if we want to...
Motion to open the floor?
I just ask a couple questions.
Oh,
first.
quick question from staff first, okay, yep.
In the most recent charges, there were possession of THC and possession of drug paraphernalia. Was that drug paraphernalia like a pipe or something? Is that it?
Usually, yes.
And it's not needles.
For THC,
It's all related to THC.
typically, yes.
Okay, I'm just wondering if that.
Right, I don't know the details of what was actually found. I don't have the police report. If they were also charged with possession of THC, and usually that is coinciding with drug paraphernalia that, right. That would be
And also in
used in
2014, there was the OWI
Mhm.
is for alcohol or THC.
I think it's alcohol. If it's,
There's
I
a,
think there's a separate charge for OWI for controlled substance.
and I don't think ignition locks work with
Right.
THC, so it must be alcohol.
Because everything else seems to be to do with THC.
Right.
Mhm.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Motion to open the floor.
Motion on the floor by Alder Zima,
Second.
second by Alder Dorf, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Floor is now open. Just please step up and state your name and address.
Sure. I also, I'm Alex Rangans, 822 Pine Street, Greenville, Wisconsin, apartment number 4. I have copies for, you guys have 5 separate copies. One, with the granted expungement from the judge that I completed probation and proved that I was responsible to be able to get that off of my record, the felony conviction off
I
of my
don't
record.
see a felony on it.
Right, so the police department originally denied based on the felony conviction. However, based on the information provided with the applicant, that conviction was expunged by court order. So it's not, it wouldn't be appropriate for the committee to consider it, and that is why it wasn't included in the denial memo.
Right.
It was just
So
the
we don't even know
misdemeanor,
about it.
OWI, and the municipal court violations.
So what changed? What's changed between 2012, 13, 14, and now?
I've grown up. I'm an adult now. I'm really trying to be responsible. I've been bartending basically my entire life. I've had my bartending license before.
Excuse me.
The job that I have currently is at Titletown Brewing Company. I've been there for 4 years, serving responsibly there. This happened while I was employed. My employer, Brent Weicker, is here. He's been supporting me and vouching for my character. I take my job very seriously. My job is basically my entire life. I live at Titletown Brewing Company. I've been there for 4 years. I'm very passionate about what I do. I'm very responsible what I do. When somebody's being overserved, I cut them off. I get them a cab. I do the right thing. I don't consider what I've done to be affecting my job. I'm very professional when I come into work. I made a big mistake a few years ago, and I'm trying to go about and do the right thing.
Did you go through any counseling or treatment type
Yep,
programs?
I went
Tell me
through
about it.
alcohol and drug treatment programs, passed that. I was on probation for 1.5 years, which I had to provide alcohol and urine samples. Passed with flying colors. I was actually released early because of good behavior. And then on top of that, it was expunged off my record because the judge, I was recommended by my probation officer to have it. So I've been trying to prove that I can do and be responsible and an adult.
Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else care to speak on this? Please state your name and address.
Brent Weicker, 500 Eliza Street, Green Bay. Alex has been with me 4 years, coming up on 4 years in April, and he has been a great employee, and I just want to vouch for his, he's definitely turned his life around. I knew he was kind of, we employ a lot of younger people that unfortunately make some bad life decisions, and I've definitely seen him kind of grow up as a person, and I guess I'd just like to vouch for his abilities. He's a great employee. He shows up. That's half the battle in my business, and we appreciate him, so.
Okay, any questions?
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Anyone else for this item? Okay, motion to close the floor?
Motion to close the floor.
Second.
Motion by Alder Galvin, second by Alder Dorf, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the floor is now closed.
Motion to approve.
Motion to
Second.
approve by Alder Galvin, second by Alder Dorf. Any other discussion? No? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that passes unanimously. Just got a Monday, council will be final. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 9, consideration of possible action on appeal by Benzo Holiday to the denial of his operator license application. Staff.
Law Department recommends denying this appeal request based on numerous prior offenses which substantially relate to the license activity, including a felony OWI conviction in 2012, for which probation was revoked in September 2016, and a prison sentence was imposed.
PD concurs.
In 2016. I believe,
20,
but he's out.
You see, it doesn't,
because it says 2000,
right, it's part of his
12.
sentence.
oh,
So
So this-
he violated terms of his sentencing, and so they didn't put him back into prison to continue serving his sentence. So he had, whatever the violation was,
let's go back.
that doesn't show up here.
It's just short. Right.
Okay. Is there anyone here for this item? Mr. Benson? Okay, yep, all right, I'm taking a motion to open the floor.
Could we just review?
Oh, just a second.
We could review this. We could talk
Sure,
a little bit
sure,
more
in
about
a
it
minute.
before we get into it. So, the latest charges were in 2012, and you said that this was a revoking.
Right.
In 2016.
In the letter in our packet, my last violation was in August of
Yeah, it was-
2016. He writes. So, and so that doesn't match what's here.
Yeah, that's,
Right.
Yeah, if you look on the back page, the top of the back page, it says, right at this top, it starts, 3 years probation revoked in September 2016.
2016.
the things before were always too much alcohol related, driving, is that it?
Looks like.
Looks like and disorder.
So it's drunken driving and driving without a license. Does that sum up most of what his problems are? And he also had possession of THC.
I don't see the
I don't
possession.
see the possession. But no, that's the Alex.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm looking
yep.
at the wrong one, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm sorry, excuse me on that.
That's all right.
Just mixing two of them together. Okay, I'm okay. Motion to open the floor.
Motion to open the floor by Alder Zimmer.
Second.
Second by Alder Dorf. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the floor is now open. Please come up, state your name and address.
Enzo Holiday, address is 2344 Cantor Lane, apartment J. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First, I brought here my most recent alcohol and drug screening, which is Friday and it's passed. If you guys would like to see
Yes, please.
a copy of that. And also with it is proof of my driver's safety plan that I'm currently in right now. And in my folder, I have some certificates of some treatment programs that I've completed during my incarceration. I understand my violations and I made some mistakes in the past. I did serve my time for them gracefully, but I did it. I would like the opportunity to be employed by Irwin Groceries, which gave me the opportunity to work for them and possibly make some money to be able to support my children and pay my child support payments and get the ball rolling on that again. It's also convenient, it's close to the home that I was living in, but recently there was an incident while I was at work and my agent was notified immediately and I had to leave the residence, which now is the current address where I'm at now. There's no alcohol or drug use there. It was approved by my agent, Sherry Hunter. I have my high school diploma, my GED, HSED as well. I've written a letter to the employers that I was applying for, and if you guys don't mind me reading it.
Yep.
It's to whom it may concern. The things I value most are honesty, integrity, and directness. Therefore, upon conducting a background check, You will find that I have several operating under the influence violations and was convicted of my fourth OWI in April of 2013. I caught it in October of 2012. My last violation was in August of 2016. I have respect for the court system and for the judgment given, however hard this conviction was for me. Looking back, I would have done things differently by not getting behind the wheel of any motor vehicle while under the influence. I will answer any questions you have about this conviction. From my experience, I've broken. However, I'm only looking to move forward. I've grown, taken personal responsibility for my actions, and want to make the best of my life from this point on. For the past 90 days, I've been attending Alcohol Anonymous meetings consistently. I'm looking for a second chance to reestablish myself in the community. I'm eager to pursue this or other opportunities within the company, and I believe my professional experience and education will allow me to contribute the successful day-to-day running of an organization. I'm great when it comes to customer service. I also work well with others, and I have several years of experience in retail. I enjoy conversations and seeing customers satisfied, and I'm willing to start anywhere from stockroom to cashier to prove myself that I am confident and I can be a great asset to the company. And I look forward to the opportunity to further discuss my qualifications and address any questions that they may have. Thanks for your consideration. Now, as in regards to my driver's license, within 2 to 3 weeks, I'm already eligible for them. With the employment, I'll be able to get SR22s and the ignition interlock device. Once I'm able to get those, then I can purchase a vehicle and get the interlock device in, and then I have to have my SR22s till May of 2021. Again, I would like to say that I regret my mistakes. You know, I take full responsibility. I don't drive. I'm looking for change. I want my kids to see a better father. And with the job opportunity, I think I can be able to step up to the plate and show their mothers that I was always able to do it, you know, without failure.
I'm sorry, you're working at?
Yeah, what job are we talking about?
Irwin Groceries. It's 1020 North Irwin Street.
It's the old Beach Road Liquor, closed down, they reopened it as a kind of a neighborhood grocery store now.
And so why
Really?
does one need a liquor license for that?
Well,
Because
probably-
they do sell beer and wine now.
Wine.
Yes.
So
yes,
that everyone who works there has to
Yep,
have a liquor
everyone
Well,
license?
if he's gonna be there alone,
Yes. But I usually work, there's always someone there with me.
but they wanna kinda have you kinda manage it now and close and stuff? Is
Yes,
that,
I open.
you open, okay.
Yes.
So you're already employed there. It's not like you're just looking for a job.
No, I'm already employed
You're
there,
employed
but
there.
in order for me to keep my employment
Got it.
and to be able to work by myself, I have to have that operator's license.
And you're on parole?
I'm
or-
on extended supervision.
So extended supervision till
Yes.
20?
Till May 2019. But I have to have the SR22 insurance and everything for 3 years.
3 years.
Yes.
Okay.
And how long have you been working there?
I started December 29th.
Wow, you're already opening. Good job.
Yes.
Moving up fast. Any other questions?
Do you have a letter from your employer, or?
I don't. He was going to, the owner was going to attend, but he had another meeting.
But he's totally aware of your history? And
Yes, sir.
I think normally we ask that a letter from the employer be given to the clerk's office for our use,
We could ask.
so that we are assured that they are aware and are willing, and still willing to have you stay in employment with them.
Yes.
And I think that's important.
Do you think you could get one this week so we could have it before the council meeting Monday?
I can probably have it tomorrow.
Yeah, just drop it off or at the clerk's office, correct? That'd be fine?
Mhm.
Yep.
Would that be downstairs?
Downstairs,
Yeah,
yep.
downstairs.
First
Okay.
floor.
First floor. Yep.
Sounds great.
Move to adjourn regular.
Anything else you care to say, add before we close the floor?
I would just appreciate the opportunity,
Okay.
if I can get it.
Okay,
Thanks,
Thank you.
ladies and gentlemen.
motion to close the floor by Alder Zima,
Second?
second by Alder Dorf, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay, it's amongst us.
I would support this with, if he gets the letter in. He's been working there already. Yes, there's a checkered past that we see, but we try to give people another chance, and he seems very sincere, and so I would be in favor of allowing him this chance.
Well, I agree. I think he's on extended supervision, so that, that goes on for, carries us through for a while. Because normally I like, the way the state statute is that if you have a felony, you're automatically denied, depending on how it relates to the job. Well, as more time goes on, we can kind of wiggle along and say, well, enough time has passed that it's no longer relatable. This is kind of close, but you're still on supervision, so I take that as a protection step that, because once you have the license, you can take that and go work at a bar, which we'd be very concerned about, but there's nothing we can do about that. But I think you're in a grocery store, I think you're gonna, you seem to be doing well there. I think that's, I'm not real concerned about you jumping ship, especially if you're on extended supervision, going to work at a bar.
Can't we restrict it to a
Nope.
particular job?
No, not legally.
Really?
No. Nope.
Alder Scanlon, I received a call from
Yep.
Sherry Hunter's probation parole officer, and she said, he said no violations.
Good to know.
And that he's been doing real well since she's had him in his case, and she'll, unless they switch him, she'll be with him for the next year and 3 months or year and 2 months, so.
So I agree with Alder Dorf. I feel comfortable that granting him his license and giving him this opportunity. He seems to be making good headway already. So, anything else?
Motion approved.
Motion to approve by Alder Galvin.
Second.
Second by Alder Dorf. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so if you could just get the letter from your employer, bring it down to the clerk's office, Monday's council, and that's when it'll all come out, when this will pass. So,
Would I have to show up Monday?
You can't,
I can't say yes or no. I mean, I don't know if someone's gonna wanna pull it, and it might help if you're there. Most likely, you probably wouldn't need to be there, but it wouldn't hurt. So, if you're there, I'll see if I can't move up our agenda to closer to the front, so you don't have to sit there all night. Though we are very entertaining. So thank you, that's it. It'll go through Monday.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, item number 10, liquor violation reports from the police department for February 12th, 2018.
Police department has no violations.
Did they all close down?
What?
What about everybody else?
We don't care about that.
We didn't have violations?
We had no liquor law
Police
violations.
department, yeah.
Yeah, police department had none,
Wow.
You guys didn't have a party?
not this week.
All right.
Well,
These are the same as last time.
Receive and place on file.
yeah, motion to receive and place on file by Alder Galvin.
second.
Second by Alder Dorf, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That passes.
To adjourn.
Move to adjourn by Alder Dorf.
Second.
Second by Alder Zima, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are closed for the night. Thank you.
Bill, how are you? I am well.
Well, thank you.
Wow, you're gonna get the
For getting
planning
this
on
done so
plenty
you
of
can
time.
get to plan.
We're having Mr. Brault for my agenda item. I called him, he said he's gonna be here, but I don't know what we could do for him. I mean,
Okay.
given the rat situation these days.
Right,
he's-
I mean, I don't know that we would have could have done anything differently.
Yeah, I think as long as he can, if he could store it in a
Trailer.
trailer for 24 hours, I
Right.
think that should help him out, and
Guilty or not guilty.
Right.
Be suspended.
Right.
have fun.